This week, World AIDS Day was commemorated, and according to this year's UNAIDS report, the world is not on track to end the AIDS pandemic. The report, titled Dangerous Inequalities, unpacks the impact the general inequality has had on the AIDS response. South Africa is also said to be struggling with the virus and faces the dual challenge of rising infections and poor access to treatment. So how exactly do we overcome these challenges? Let's discuss further with Anele, Yawa, General Secretary, Treatment Action Campaign. Anele, good afternoon. Appreciate your time today. Now, you believe that TAC is an integral part to fixing the public healthcare system. Walk us through these sentiments.
Greetings to you, Hugo, and the viewers at home. I think let's start from your opening statement of what the UNAIDS is saying on what is happening across the world. One needs to firstly understand that South Africa has the highest ARV program in the world. South Africa has the highest number of people living with HIV as compared to other countries of the world. So if South Africa is not doing well in terms of prevention, in terms of access to treatment, and in terms of adherence, that will mean that it affects the global response. In South Africa, we have seen during the hard lockdown, HIV and TB services were dropped, and that has impacted the performance of the country in terms of reaching the 395 targets as set by the UNAIDS. But also the question you must ask, what are the contributing factors to that? We have seen on a number of occasions that one of the contributing factors to people living with HIV defaulting on treatment, it is based on long waiting hours they experience in our healthcare facilities, issues about stigma and discrimination against people living with HIV and key populations, issues like when you miss your appointment at a clinic and you come the other day, you are being shouted at and you are being made to stand right at the back of the queue, and the fact that our clinics are congested, as well as number of issues like, for instance, if you relocate from this area to the other area and you are changing clinics and you do not have a referral letter, you are denied services until you go to the next clinic where you are getting your services in order for you to obtain that referral letter. So this and other issues are contributing to our response. But also, there are areas where you find out that the healthcare facility or services where they are accessed is very far from where they reside. And you begin to ask yourself, what are the interventions that we are making to ensure that we provide condoms to those communities? We go to those communities with mobile clinics to provide services like for your prevention. Many young people are getting infected with HIV, yet within our healthcare facilities, we now have PrEP. All facilities do have PrEP, but there is a low uptake because young people and key populations are not well informed about the benefits of PrEP. So,
Anele, if you allow me to come in there and obviously talk about these rising numbers amongst young people. Now, one of the issues that you've had qualms with, or rather one of the persons that you've had qualms with, is former President Thabo Mbeki, whom you call the denialist in chief. Your sentiments around his denialist attitude, as you put it across, and the impact that it has on the infection rate, particularly of young people.
I think all I can say about the former President Thabo Mbeki, one, he needs to join one of the DH branches, and two, he needs to attend the treatment literacy education sessions that are normally conducted in those branches to understand the science about the HIV, the benefits of the ARVs. That on its own, it will assist in terms of conscientizing the former president in order for him to join the global struggle of fighting the spread of HIV. And that will also help him to wash away his mindset of AIDS denialism. So, but also we do not have to give former President Thabo Mbeki too much attention, because if we're giving him too much attention, we will lose focus from what we want to achieve as the country and as well as global. But also, I do not think that whatever that he said a couple of months ago has an impact, because we managed to defeat the denialism of former President Thabo Mbeki when he was still in power. We fought against him in the courts of law, we fought against him on the streets, but at the end, we are the ones who ended up winning, and he is the one who became a loser. So we cannot give him too much attention.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the work of TAC, in particular the hashtag SaveTAC, which speaks to 10% of your budget in which you are in the red. So a fundraising campaign to save TAC. Talk to us about this, because this is not the first time that you've had this campaign. First one, I think, was in 2014, was it? Which is yes, when you took over as Secretary General.
Yes. So, one, TAC is depending on the funding that we get from donors, except we do not take money from the pharmaceutical companies, we do not take money from the South African government, but we take money from any other people or funders who are willing to fund our campaigns. So most of the times, because of the myth that is being spread around, not only in South Africa, but globally, that we are winning the battle on AIDS, most of the funders have started shifting the focus from funding campaigns and programs that speaks to HIV response, because they're under the impression to say that all is well and fine.
Anele, I'm afraid we're going to have to call time on this conversation. I appreciate your time this afternoon.